Sorry, I'm trying to get this whole thing working. There we go. Hello. Welcome back to the live streams. Welcome back. Another Friday, another week where we're talking toys, shooting our stuff, making videos, making pictures, doing things, and living to the best of our ability. I'm gonna hold on. I gotta get this smudge. That's way better. Hello, you can actually see me. Hi, y'all. Survived another week of a living in this world somehow. But we're here. We are here. We are doing our weekly Friday live, our vibe, our toy talk, our stuff. And as you can see, there is a little bit of a difference. And I will say we do have a bit to talk about. So, yeah. I am Justin the Zilla. I'm going to move my camera down so you can actually see me. Hi. I'm Justin the Zilla. As y'all know, welcome to the video, live stream, or if you're watching this in the future, welcome. Hello, be sure, like the video, comment what you want to see on the channel, please. I love to respond to comments if I get some. So, if you got ideas or want to see anything on this channel, or have any figures that you want to see, I don't know, on the live stream, on the videos. I gotta do more videos. I'm just busy, so I just don't have time. So, got the shorts, got this. Also, subscribe. I appreciate anyone and everyone who subscribes. I think last time I checked, I think we got to 320 subscribers. So, thank y'all for the support on that. I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, we're doing our thing. We are making it through. So yeah, bit to talk about. First things first, of course, here on the wall, bit of an update. Kind of switched around stuff because over the weekend I was just kind of like incensed, and earlier in the week I was just like, I gotta do something. I need to do stuff to get things off my mind because world is crazy and I'm still in it. We're all still living through all the freaking chaos of what's going on. So yeah, so main thing of course is added a few more figures, and we'll show that and we'll talk about that. But thing I mainly did also was I kind of updated my little setup here. So now I have my two Fantastic Four, Invisible Woman and She-Hulk right there, and I kind of redid all my all my hooks here so they all actually fit and look good. And then also put up Flint, that I showed off last week. So he's up there on the wall with CoverGirl, so they'll get a stream at some point, and then they'll get a thing at some point. We'll see what goes on if I get there. So, and then also kept Whiplash up there, but now he has his own spot, so new hook there. Added what is it? Kazar, however you pronounce his name. He's up there now on the wall. And also extended my Mirage Turtles because I added April over there now, and she'll begin a thing at some point, but there she is for now. So extending the wall of the collection just a tiny bit, just one extra little row. So we're gonna get there at some point because the goal, I think, is just to cover up most of this wall. I'm not really gonna do down here because my freaking bed is right here, and and I move around, so I don't want to knock anything over by accident. So I keep it like a good lengths away if I can. So yeah, so nice updating this wall. I think it looks a lot better compared to how it is. I still kind of have to work on this section a little bit more. I like these turtles here, and I like the splinter, and I like having, my Scarlet Spider, but I have to like redo this little corner here with Obi-Wan and you know Donatello and Black Panther. So gotta see what I want to do. I might just put Black Panther might go up there with Kazar at some point. So we'll see. Also, still planning on putting my plan. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever talked about this here on the stream, but my plan like as y'all saw, I did get the what was it? The Bespin or the like the Cloud City kind of set of like of Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. I mean I have it right in front of me here. Let me grab it. Get over here. But this set right here, at some point I want to put this onto my wall. I specifically want to put it over like the little like the Star Wars art I have here. This is kind of a like actually like a custom like a bead art made from my brother's girlfriend. So shout out to Abby. She's talented. She's cool. So yeah, so I want to put this. I have the they're kind of all dusty because they've been here on the floor. But have the Bespin Luke where he's all beat up, and then I have my Star Wars Black Series Vader with the custom cape from from Stop Motion Rob, also the lightsaber as well. So gonna be try to put that up. I don't know if there's a specific wall mount. I did see on Reddit that someone did make a 3D print, so where it actually went into these holes here for the support. So that might be something at some point. Maybe I do have a 3D printer. I haven't used it in like I feel like 7 years. It's been a while. Honestly, it's been a time. Well, it might have been like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even 7. I can't remember. But at some point, definitely want to get this on the wall, get it displayed. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But I wonder if someone has actually done it. But we'll see. But yeah. So kind of display plans as well. Also, I do want to talk about. I did also get a like a cool poster recently. I guess if y'all want to see, I'll just show it off. I mean, I kind of hate changing up my format, but I'm gonna do it anyways because it's my show. What can y'all do? Hello. Oh, there's all my other stuff. So there's Indiana and all my Power Rangers, and there's all the. Can you even see? No, my light's there. So hold on, I'm gonna switch camera over. Hopefully this looks decent. Can y'all even see? But I got this cool little. Where's my hand? But I got this cool movie Ninja Turtles poster from Ollie's for like $18, and so that's where that lives there now. So it's pretty cool. Hello, hey Gabe, what's up, bro? Welcome to the live stream. How you like that poster? I'm showing off the shit on my wall. Make sure that's good. Also, redid this a bit, so now it's a little more uniform down here and have a couple little things like April, Kazar, and that. Pretty cool. Thank you, Gabe. Hope you've been doing well. Good to see you back. Thank you for the like. But yeah, so lots of stuff happening. Kind of trying to make this place look a little bit better if I can. I've just been kind of neglecting doing anything here in my room because it's just so much. It's a lot. And I'm just kind of like, where do I begin? And I'm like, I just won't do anything. Gabe says, did you see the Haya Destroyer? I did. Actually, over on my Instagram, like I reposted it. Like I did like the little share option that they have on your Instagram now. That thing looks insane. And I did also want to talk about that. Haya is really doing stuff I didn't really expect them to do. Because doing a destroyer, in my mind, is like a crazy task, but the fact that they're doing it and it looks as good as it does, I kind of wish it would come with more accessories, but it looks huge. It looks nice. So it'll be cool to see because I do have the Super 7 destroyer, so that's my main display one. Yeah, right now, but he's huge, but I don't mind that too much, but I'm like, maybe we'll kind of see. We'll see how it goes. I definitely want to get their Burning Godzilla at some point, and then I'm hoping that they'll do a Godzilla Jr. at some point. So that would be nice. Maybe even a Space Godzilla, because you know with Supernova going on and all the things with that, so that would be cool. Also, don't want to forget to mention the SH Monster Arts. Gabe says it's beautiful. It is. It's really cool. It's really nice. But yeah, also did want to mention, I think it was on the same day or like day before, the SH Monster Arts. What is it? What was it? The SH Monster Arts, they revealed the Godzilla -1, Odo Island kind of Godzilla. I still call it Godzillasaurus because that's what it basically is. It's a Godzillasaurus figure, but from -1, and so that looks pretty good. I kind of might wait till Haya do something maybe, because I would think that they're gonna do -1 at some point. I mean, because they had -0, of course that's gonna be coming out at some point in the near future. So, well, hopefully. So it would be cool to see. Gabe says, I wish Haya would do -1. I wish too, because really the only good company in my eyes that's really done a good, like a very good, like a -1 is also Super 7. I love, their -1 Godzilla. It's huge, it's humongous, but it's a beautiful figure. And if y'all want to see a review of that here on this channel, check out the previous live stream. It's all there. You can just scroll down. I think that was from like 2 years ago. Maybe even like a year ago. I can't remember. It was like around like my birthday. Yeah, that was last year. So check that out. Fun freaking figure. Super cool. And also gotta plug the video that I did with it, which is my little tutorial on how to, fix the dorsal plates and put on the tail and everything using the hairdryer. I know that's a thing that's been around, but I was just like, you know what? I'll do my own spin on it. Put it there. If people want to watch it, they can. So, pretty cool. Pretty fun. I'm doing stuff. I'm like, go watch my shit. Because we're talking about it. Because that shit's cool. Godzilla's cool. That's my whole premise of me having this channel. Because I'm like, oh, Godzilla's fucking awesome. That's why I'm called Justin the Zilla. Well, it was because of Zilla specifically, but still Godzilla. The franchise. I wish that I wish that more companies would actually make an actual Zilla figure. If Haya can deliver on that, if they can either do, like either the Final Wars, or do the actual like the movie Godzilla, or do what is it? The animated series. I wouldn't complain about that. I'm like, give me all the Godzilla stuff that y'all can get. Please, Haya. Keep making this. I'll give you my money. Because I did pre-order the GMK. I have to see my tracking on that because I don't know when that's going to be coming. I think they did say it would be, like for my specific one, it would be in March. So, sometime this month I should be getting it. So I gotta check my Big Bad Toy Store account. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then speaking of Big Bad Toy Store, it kind of puts us into our weekly pickups, which we have plenty to talk about. I got like 5 whole figures within the whole week because I was just like, that's a cool figure. I'm gonna buy that shit. Give me that. That's a cool figure. I'm gonna buy that. Give me that. So, and then also got a figure in the mail as well. So first things first. So we'll just go in order. So finally went to Target for the first time in a while. I feel like within like a month or two. It's been a bit. Not really too big on Target right now, but I'm like, well, they got figures, and I know there's other guys who on there who have just been going there, and they're like, I don't support them mainly as a business. It's only for like collecting, and I'm like, okay, cool. So went there, picked up, and it actually kind of worked out, for what we've done earlier, kind of last month, I think. Picked up the G.I. Joe Classified Series, Legacy Police Emergency Service Unit. I just call them just the police officers. But got 2 of those because they had them also at a discounted price, about the same as when they did the firefighters. So I was like, okay, they got 4. I'm gonna grab 2. I'll be good, just like how I did with the firefighters. And they look great. And I've been seeing these like all over Instagram being used, specifically as ice agents, and they're getting their shit rocked. And that's always good to see. So cool to see. Nice, cool figures. Definitely gonna be doing a stream of these sooner than later. I don't know if it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be. Yeah, okay. It's not gonna be next week. I know that for sure. Not with these guys. But I just gotta see what else I want to do. I know what I'll do next week, and I'll just show it later. Here's within the pickups, but this is still a great pickup. Cool looking figure. Can't wait to get these open and use them for pictures. So, yeah, look forward to this live stream of these guys. And then, of course, when going to Target, there's always a GameStop just close by, just down the road. So I went there, and and was like looking around. They did have like some newer stuff, but not anything specifically I was really kind of like entirely gravitating towards. But then I remembered, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm also a pro member, so I get my $5 off every month, and it was literally, I think the last day of the month. I think it was like, it was that Saturday. That I was going out and doing stuff. So I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to get this figure, and it's here. It's the only one, so might as well get it. Finally picked up the Marvel Legends Daredevil. From Daredevil Born Again. Because this figure, it looks so good. Looks pretty neat. I definitely need to get the Punisher to go with him at some point, but this guy just looks so cool. He's reflecting the screen. He's reflecting himself, technically. You can see the little live feed there, but yeah, really cool figure. Can't wait to get this guy open at some point. Definitely be doing a stream of him. He might just be by himself. I don't know. Kind of maybe I'll wait to open this until I get the Punisher, because that Punisher does look pretty good. Even if I think the head sculpt isn't the greatest, it's still like leagues better than the original. And usually I prefer my Legends as a pair. Well, except for today, of course, but that's because of time and all that jazz. But that's why I got stuff to talk about. But yeah, cool looking figure. Can't wait to open him. Definitely needed for the MCU collection, because all that old kind of street level heroes have all been kind of aged out. Yeah, because they're very old figures and definitely need to upgrade. So very nice. And then on that same day, I think it was, I also got home and saw there was a box at the door and looked at it and saw it was one from Big Bag Toy Store. So shout out to them because I've been using them a little bit more or recently again. But there's their little sticker that they included. Pretty cool. Have the Maximum Spider-Man, have the Monster Force, Transformers, and Figuarts there, whatever that dude is. I can't remember what it is. Big Bad Toy Store 2026 sticker. So shout out to that. But I picked up and also had mentioned this before, but finally got in the Marvel Legends Warbird, who looks really cool. Looks great. Can't wait to open her up, and she looks really actually very clean. Yeah, when it comes to paint wise, so that's very nice to see there. So can't wait to finally open her up and add her to the collection because this is one of like she is also kind of like a main Avenger in my mind. I know like Captain Marvel I think is more in tune with that, but that's kind of more kind of modern in my eyes. I think she's more classic, from what I think of her. But of course, this is more, I think, kind of modern, kind of early 2000s art. Maybe I can't remember what era this was, but this is still kind of like in my mind, kind of like a part of the Avengers, a main female, kind of a part of them, and just looks great. Just a needed upgrade, and then at least for me, like I never had gotten a Warbird. I just call her Miss Marvel. That's just my preference. Yeah, based on the stuff that I've seen and watch, where they just call her Miss Marvel. So I'm like, that's Miss Marvel. It's not Warbird. It's Miss Marvel, in my mind. But she looks great. Can't wait to add her to the collection. Can't wait to open this. Probably here on a live stream. I'm kind of tempted to do a review, but I need to get reviews done because I've been severely slacking, of course. But can't wait. Badass looking figure. So glad to have this. Stop doing Target exclusives if you can't just keep them in stock. And I still haven't ever seen the Thanos and Psylocke 2-pack. I'd probably pick that up if I saw it, but it just depends. It all depends. But yeah, can't wait. Great looking figure. And then the last one, and the one we'll probably open next week because I just can't wait. I think it was the day after, or like Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was, at Walmart, getting groceries, shooting my shit, doing our thing, and then went over to their like electronics kind of video game section as always, where they have a bunch of the NECA stuff and like other additional kind of like little like a Super 7 and other things there, and they've been redoing the Walmart, so now they're becoming like a more modern kind of looking Walmart. So it's kind of like a new setup. So now all the toy stuff is just on the very back of the wall, compared to where the original toy section used to be on the kind of right side of the building. And so for me, like I get my groceries and it's just like a straight shot to get to figures now. Which is nice. But anyways, at the electronics section had the HBO original Welcome to Derry Pennywise, Ultimate technically blood Pennywise. Well, it is blood figure here. My first Pennywise of my collection, but I couldn't pass this up. I was like, I know they got like 3 of them. I could wait, but I just can't. He looks too good. He's on the list, and I've been needing him for a while. I definitely do need to, pick up the other Pennywises, like at some point. I don't know what the exact difference between like this one and this one is, besides like the collar and like his head looks a little bigger, but I don't know. But yeah, but love the original, like the Pennywise, the dancing clown, Bob Gray, Ultimate Pennywise. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one's the 1/4 scale. Yeah, so that makes sense. But that one looks great too. So definitely need to pick up these two at some point because I need a basic Pennywise, and then I love that Bob Gray one. It's so good. I kind of wish that they would give us the other, like the little like like his daughter, um like as well as a kid and her adult look, because those are just so creepy and cool. Even doing just some of the monsters would be nice. Maybe even doing some of the kids and some of the adults. Get actual characters out there that these figures can torment, that are meant to do that. Would be nice. Come on, NECA. You gotta have victims for your monsters. You gotta have, Pennywise, little playthings. But this guy looks so cool. I can't wait to open this. And so expect this next week because it just looks phenomenal. And I had a plan originally. Yeah, I'll just say this. I did plan this month to originally be a all Marvel month, but I'm just like, ugh, I can't wait for this guy. So opening him next week. Get ready. This guy's gonna be badass. But we gotta wait. Not yet. Can't be like, oh, look at the toy. No. Gotta wait, because we got another toy to look at. So yeah. Good pickups. Amazing figures. That I just can't wait to get my hands on. And I know I still got the giant pile that's in the corner. Don't look at it. Yeah, that has other great, amazing figures that I'll get to. Main one, that I always keep seeing and that I look at every day is the CT Toys Daredevil. I'll open it at some point, hopefully by next month, maybe end of this month. I don't know. It's a little soon for Marvel because I'm doing Marvel again right now, so we'll kind of see. Because I keep doing, it's Marvel, it's G.I. Joe, it's Star Wars, it's Ninja Turtles, and then something else. Probably horror or like DC, maybe, if I'm getting something, if I'm really interested. But need to start getting more newer things. I mean, I'll get Godzilla soon, so that's a given. That's my dude. He might even get a video. He might even not even get a stream. I'll just be like, here's a video. I gotta review this, because I gotta review shit once in a while, because those do pretty decent. And I'm just bad. I just don't like editing or doing, my voiceover. Because I don't like my voice, but, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just talking about toys and having fun. But yeah, cool pickup. Coolest pickup is probably the Pennywise. Miss Marvel is there for me. Yeah, she's definitely like, she's definitely like a close second, and then probably the police officers, and then Daredevil. Last, they're all still great. They're not bad figures, but based on my excitement, I'm like, that one, those ones, that one. So, yeah, lots talking about 30 minutes in. Crazy enough, so hopefully we'll get some good time on this. I'm gonna take a little water break. Hydrate. So yeah. What else? Is there anything else to talk about? I don't think there is. So we will delay no longer. We'll finally get this train rolling and look at our Marvel Legends Death's Head. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So there, oh, he is our Dev's head. There, a little wonky looking, maybe. That feels more accurate there, but there he is in all his plastic glory. Of course, this was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive back in 2024, but Hasbro has since then done a more general release of this figure, and honestly, it looks pretty great. It looks amazing. I think it's a nice little packaging art here. Of course, yeah, I think this is based off of like an older like a card, yeah, kind of series of these characters that gave you like these little bios and stats. So it's really nice to see that. But you get the figure here. Here you get a unique Marvel Legends logo with that big M. They're superheroes. Death's head. And then 4+ warning, choking hazard, has some lines there, has the Hasbro logo with this baby blue, with this pale yellow, with this bright red, and then at the top have this Death's head text and logo there, yeah, which is pretty clean. On the side, have some awesome art of Death's head there, just looks so good. I think this is from the actual card, from what I believe, yeah, based on my very basic research, but you know, pretty cool. And then on the other side is the same, just the same image. And then on the back, as we saw, another Death's head with a little yellow border there. Death's head with a cool image there. And then some stats. So his power, his different stats there are all, so you got 1, 6, 3, 5, 6, 6, and 3. So I don't know what specific categories that those are in, because they don't really say them. It just says power, so I don't know for sure, but still pretty cool. Also, he is 6'6", or 1.98 meters, 420 pounds. Hey, nice, brother. Or 190.5 kilograms, and I guess his debut was in Dragon's Claws number 5 in 1998. And then have a little bio in different languages, but we'll go for the English because, you know, just your other white boy. Don't call Death's head a bounty hunter unless you're tired of breathing. Is that a threat? What? Yeah, this peacekeeping cyborg from the far future is a one-being arsenal who doesn't care who his next victim is, as long as he's being paid. Sounds like a bounty hunter to me, but I know that he goes by like a different kind of thing. Like he's like some kind of like specialist. He's kind of like a I forgot what the actual like the full like the word kind of name is. It's kind of like it's overcomplicated, and it's kind of like it's kind of like a technically a true statement, but not really. So, you know, one of those things. But pretty cool. And then there's a and then there's like a did you know section. So did you know that Death's head that actually owns a pet, a vulture, or vulture. It's not a vulture, it's just a vulture. So is it an actual bird? But that's interesting. If he does, why didn't he come with a vulture then? It would be cool if he included that or something. Warning, small parts, attention, danger, includes figure 6 pieces. Marvel at the bottom, have your barcode, and then the price tag, $40. Not bad for being it, and like a more exclusive price that was later, released on its own. But got this at my local comic shop, Rocket Comics. So shout out to Eddie and the crew there. They always got cool shit. Love my dudes. Support your local businesses, especially, you know, if you're a nerd. Because you can give them a lot of business because they deserve it. Because they are fellow collectors and fellow cool. Luke Nicholson. Hi, I got a lot of questions. Do you have any battle damage Spider-Man? Welcome back. Luke. Luke the do. Here, let me see your thing. Luke, welcome back. Do I have any battle damaged Spider-Man? I don't believe so. Yeah, yeah, I'm just looking right now because I can just see it because it's all right there. No, I don't have any battle damage ones. Yeah, I have seen yeah, that magic one. Not really in stores, but I've seen it like once or twice, like at Rocket like where I got this guy. But I was just kind of like, I'll kind of just wait, but I'll get it at some point because it looks good. But you know, it's just not like the need for me right now. But you know, but still a pretty good, you know, a nice suggestion, Luke. Thank you. My chat's all updating. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really too big on Magic, but I don't mind Magic because my brother is huge on Magic. So, like, like he's like the one that's like the most tempting to me. All the rest, I'm kind of like, I don't need it. It's cool, but I don't need it. Yeah, because what else do they have? Because they have the battle damage, they have the Mary Jane Iron Spider, have the werewolf guy, but he's in like a certain kind of armor, whatever it is. But it's pretty good. It's pretty all right. It looks fine. It's just not my preferred look for that character because I'm used to him. I think wearing like the space uniform because it's J. Jonah Jameson's son, who's an astronaut, and for some reason he becomes like a werewolf. I don't know. I don't know the lore. I can't remember. I had the handbook as a kid, but I can't remember what they actually said about the lore for that character. What was the other thing that was in that? Because it was for, oh yeah, they had the white suit anti Agent Venom. I still need to pick up just an actual like a new like an Agent Venom at some point because I have the original Marvel Legends. I don't know if he's visible. I think you can barely see him right there. So, and Luke Nicholson says, "Should I start collecting Marvel because yeah, right now I only collect horror and movies I like." I mean, it's up to you, Luke. If you're into the Marvel stuff and you see some of the figures and you want to grab some, I mean, I recommend it. Yeah, because Marvel is kind of at the forefront. Yeah, when it comes to like availability and getting figures. Like even if the price range is still upping a bit, you know, it's still going to be expensive because your average Marvel Legends now is probably going to be about, you know, $29. So that's just kind of how it is. So it's kind of crazy right now, but you know, it's all dependent on what you think your collection should be in your own mind. Because, you know, there's plenty of people who don't collect Marvel, who just do DC, or they just do horror or movies. Yeah, like you. Or they just do DC or G.I. Joes. Anything. Turtles. You got your options, bro. I guess it just depends on what you're interested in. So, yeah, I recommend. And if anything, I probably recommend mostly to get this Spider-Man, if anything. If you want to get a very good Spider-Man that's classic Spider-Man, get this one. This one is from the 3-pack of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. But it just works. as a classic, like a Spider-Man, and yeah, and then also we'll give you an Iceman and a what's her name? It's gonna bother me. I don't know her name. I can't remember her name. The female character, Fire thing. It's like Fire Star. No, that's fucking Starfire. What the hell? Bro, what's her name? It's not like Firestar or Firestorm. That's not right. Or like Flamebird or something, or Firebird. No, because I'm looking right at her. But she's a really cool figure too, and I really like it. So I probably recommend that just to give you something to start off on. I don't know how readily available that set is though, so might be more of like a general thing. But maybe even if you're into the magic stuff and you like a battle damaged Spider-Man, go for it too. You also got plenty of X-Men stuff to pick from. Got a well worth of Avengers, especially now. So if you want to get some classic ones or get more modern, even have your street level hero villains, and like and as I showed off before, it's kind of easy to pick these up at the time. So you got plenty of options. And I was keep talking about this stuff because I got so much Marvel. It's crazy. I do plan on one day to kind of like clear it out a bit. I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a lot. But when it comes to like the main displays right now, I'm pretty happy. It's just, okay, kind of tangent. I'm sorry, Dev's Head, but I'm yapping. But I kind of want to change up the setup. Also, Avengers is all destroyed because of Dev's Head. Sorry. Yeah, that doesn't look very good. And also X-Men, it's kind of a bit barren there. I mean, there's a big beastly size missing there, obviously. So, yeah, well, we'll stop yapping so much. I think my camera is also a little dusty here too, which kind of sucks because it was probably just right in my pocket before I used it here. So, yeah, we'll finally open up this Dev's Head. Looks great. Looks super fun. Trust. Well, of course, we have our trusty Exacto blade here. We're just gonna cut it here at the bottom as always. Keep it clean, because I do want to save this box because it's just so unique. Oh yeah, and then also I forgot to mention that they are doing a second one of this wave, doing the Super Scroll, which looks pretty good. I'm pretty tempted, but I'll kind of see right now. I don't know what the price is again, but if it's like around 40, I might be tempted. Because I do want me a classic Super Scroll, because I do have a more modern, kind of version from the Scroll Queen 2-pack, which is basically just this Spider-Woman, but with a scroll head. That set is pretty alright and good for the time, but, it's time for getting this classic stuff. And speaking of classic stuff, oh my god, look at that insert. I have to literally, I'm definitely gonna be keeping this. But look at that insert. I assume that is from the actual box art there. It looks like it. It looks like it's the same kind of coloration from what I assume, because that looks like the same kind of green lines of the clouds and has the red. Oh, well, okay. Oh, well, that's his cape, but in any case, I think it works with what's going on here. But look at that. That's just straight up artwork, bro. This is so good. This is so cool. I love this. Do more of this. For real, though. Keep making this line. If they're just going to be like a little bit more expensive, but are higher grade figures that look great and then have this awesome kind of packaging, I mean, I'm not going to complain. I will not complain at all. I think the previous one was also technically a con exclusive as well, but then they also still did the same thing, so where they immediately like more sooner like put it up for sale. So also very nice. Well, look at the dude. Well, look at our Dev's head. Looking pretty sweet. Has a cool little bubble setup. Is very clean looking. Can I see that Venom figure in the background? This guy? Where is he? That guy all the way back there? I can grab him. Shouldn't be too hard to grab. I'm gonna put our Dev's head to the side for a moment. Or do you mean the, also have the movie version? He's right there, but I assume you're talking about my comic one. Over there. Luke. The one on the side. Oh, this dude? You're talking about, the Spider-Man 3 Venom? I mean, he does look pretty cool. Hold on. Gonna sneak him out of there. Probably a bit dusty, but that's what I'm trying to get rid of now. Got dust all over going and grease. My hand, yeah. But there he is. And this one, I think, might even technically be a bootleg, because I bought this off of eBay like years ago. I don't know, but this is from 2007, so it's kind of its age anyways, because it's just that. But I got this like probably about like 10 years ago. Well, probably a little bit sooner. I don't know, maybe like 2018, 2019, I'm guessing. Yeah, because I've had this guy like for a bit, but I haven't had him on display. But I finally kind of put him out because since I have the Sam Raimi Spider-Man stuff, especially with the black suit version there, so good pairing. Kind of what Venom really should have looked like in the film, but they made a pretty decent figure of what we could have had. But we didn't really have it. We had just kind of that version of Spider-Man, but with a scary face, and that was kind of it. And I'm like, okay, great. And it was Topher Grace, who did a fine job for the time, in my opinion. But also, and you can tell this figure is old because you start seeing all the white kind of decaying of the body kind of begin slowly start going, unless that's just like paint or just dust. But at some point hopefully we'll get like an upgrade. I don't know. Because I know that there is a third party Spider-Man 3 Venom, but it would be nice to see what Hasbro would do, because they did pretty good with these Spider-Mans in my humble opinion, even if the head sculpts aren't really the greatest, but I think they did pretty good. I'm gonna fix these guys. Miles, it's always used you two. Miles and Gwen gotta screw up the whole thing. Kind of get why Miguel is all pissed. He's kind of like, guys, this just happens. But Miles is like, bro, but I'm different. And everyone's like, nah, but you ain't. And he's like, nah, I am. And everyone's like, oh yeah, Miles, you different, bro. Do your thing, brother. Fuck the haters. Okay. There's our separate tray here, showing off everything, kind of all that emptiness. That gets at our trusty Hasbro paper. To the ether. Yeah. Lay this guy down. I guess we'll go over his accessories first, because might as well. All laid out pretty well. Has the thing for the cape there. So first we'll get into his fist. Come here has the pair of fists that are nice glove texture. I'm going to put them the right way because it's, well, what am I doing? There we go. Sorry, my brain is isn't never the best for this kind of stuff. But there's his fist, kind of metal, but also kind of a little bit of texture in there, unless that's just metal detailing, but has a extra pad that has these little yellow spikes on them, so very good to have. Nice pair of hands. And above that, have his shield, just kind of like either like an X or like a cross detail. What is the thing show it at all? It doesn't look like it, but it probably won't really matter. But there's a shield, has some giant scratches or just really just missing paint detail. I don't know if those are. Oh, those feel actually sculpted in, so that's actually kind of nice that they would actually do that. Are they sculpted? No, it might just be just the actual ridges. I don't know. They actually do feel like they're sculpted because this one has a little gash in there, so that would make sense on the outside, but very nice. And then the back is actually like a whole different setup because you have 3 clips on here and then have 2 straight rods that don't move. You can't rotate that, so very interesting. So a new setup for a shield, yeah, for the first time in a while because it is kind of small, but you have all his little add-on pieces here. Then we'll look at them individually. There's our tray. Also to the ether. The first one, of course, we saw was the axe, which is really cool. Very nice. Has a little spike on the top, but is all kind of chipped and mangled, but in that all black, and has the peg. The bottom, little insert. Have the spiked ball add on. Luke asks, do you have a live action Joker? I don't think I do. I think I only have comic. I have the Mezco, have the Dark Knight Returns. Oh, I do have the Caesar Romero one, but that one's kind of buried within the collection, to be honest. I don't have like a Heath Ledger or a Jack Nicholson. I do also have the Mezco. Yeah, Luke asks, can I see one of them? Sure. At least I'll get out the Mezco. I don't mind doing that. Here, I'll look at this one last guy. Have our little torpedo bomb kind of accessory there. Actually pretty cool. I actually really like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll look at this Joker real quick. Just want to be careful. All my stuff. Make sure nothing falls. I'm a clumsy mess. Oh, this is just stuff. Gotta make this stuff camera ready. There he is. Blowing out this freaking camera. Bruh. But he looks so good. Golden Age Joker specifically. And this thing. Bruh. Stop it. Stop doing the thing. That looks decent. But look at him. Great Joker. Have him with the crowbar. Because I can't help myself. But very classic. Does come with an alternate like heads and hair pieces and even like a hat in there too. He doesn't come with any like actual like really like weapons or guns. He just kind of comes with a little like the joy buzzer thing or hand effect, and then has like a badge like shooting acid. I kind of wish it was a flower, but if it's accurate, I get it. Just would be nice to have some alternate additional things, including guns, and that's, yeah. And Luke says, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a really cool figure. It's my favorite Joker, because it's just, well, ass Golden Age Joker. I'm like, okay, that's all I need. That's all I need right there. We are going to get our Death's Head out. And it is actual, like, it's bubbling. It's kind of like, also kind of like a little misty as well. I don't know if that's because of age or what kind of plastic they're using, but like it's not like a fully clean, like a see-through thing as their standard one. So as we do here with Legends or most of our figures, do the feet first. Then we'll try out the arms. Everything out. There we go. I should say an earphone warning before doing that. I've never really thought about that until now. Man, this dude. Oh my god. This is an absolute unit. Does utilize some older parts, but overall looks pretty good, and also reminds me that I should get out another figure that would look like perfect with this as a comparison, because I forgot about this. But yeah, here's our Death's Head. All his plastic glory. Here, I'll do a more better close-up going on. So there he is in all his plastic glory. Looking pretty sick, and yeah, with the head sculpt specifically, very clean, very much that style of Dev's head. Has the super bright red eyes with the little, like the pinkish kind of ring around, has the yellow teeth, has the two spiked kind of like protrusions from his neck with his flat-nosed robot face. Has two horns there as well. Some little techno things. Does have a little thing. Can he open his mouth? I don't think so, but it looks like a separate piece. It would have been nice to have that. And then have the kind of like the aligning of the metal body going from the torso up to the neck. Even there has a little kind of like padding there on the front on the body. Has the belt there. The little like the point in the center with the red. The inside goes all the way around. Even has detail back there. Has the butt showing off. Shiny ass, bro. And then has these little kind of leg protectors there that are all beat up. Has some draping going on there. Has these gauntlet pieces. Have like this lining here with the yellow. That there. And then of course the arms are still ribbed there. And then the hands he comes with packed in. He has a open right hand. Yeah, with the same kind of spikes there. Kind of just basic splayed out. And then one holding hand. Kind of wish he would come with, pairs to complete this. As always, but, it's what they do. It's what they do. Excuse me. That sneeze snuck up on me. But yeah, but then underneath does have some little kind of like pants sculpting there on the thighs. I think that's from who. Who I'm going to grab in a minute to compare. But then, actually has pinless, but double jointed knees. So that's pretty nice. Kind of wish they would just kind of do that when it comes to the arms. Especially because I'm like, well, if you're doing one, you might as well do the other. Even if it's like a single joint. But you could do a double joint. Do new arms for this guy, because that would have been nice. But you know. And then with the boots, same kind of sculpt work there that kind of matches with the gauntlets and with the actual kind of design and the armor. Has these yellow kind of pieces here that go, that goes around to the back and has the spikes on either side at the bottom of the of the side of the boot, and then the actual shoe has the little treading and all your copyright stuff and your details there. Very nice. And then, of course, the back here has your cape. Has little tatters there, but nicely, actually kind of textured. But is, of course, plastic cape. But it is kind of rubbery, so it's not heavy. It's not really going to get in the way too much of it being able to stand and do its thing. And, of course, has the hole on the back there. But we'll go over his articulation first to get more into this figure. Also love the fact that they have, like, these bullet holes that are, like, darkened. I don't know if you have some here on the back. I mean, you do have some, but they're not darkened there. And it's only 2, so I don't really mind that too much. But then here at the head, for articulation, we have the standard ball with the disc in the neck instead of doing just the ball joint there. So we can look up not that far. Goes down basically all the way to his chest there from his chin. He buries his chin into his chest. It's like I will say, like, the fit on this figure isn't the greatest. Oh wow, it's raining a lot. I can hear it from out here. Death's head is engaged. And all that stuff. But yeah, really cool figure. Does have a bit, it doesn't really have a bit of like hula hoop. He does have a little bit of there, like a little bit of like looseness, but can't really do like side to side, just kind of like a general, kind of just like moving around. And then at the shoulders, you got a hinge about that far, not too bad. You can also go mainly around, also kind of moving that. And yeah, and this is also a separate piece. I don't know if it's glued in with the cape. Yes, it is in there. Okay, because the cape, here you can see, pegs into a hole at the back. Yeah, at the back of the body. And then this also pegs, I think, in that hole there. Or this is like, oh, okay. Yeah, the cape is fed, yeah, with a hole. Yeah, and then this definitely has a peg. And then they definitely glued that on there. So, makes sense there. Have that set up. And then at the bicep, at the bicep, you do have a swivel that goes all the way around. But then with this, because this reuses the Cyclops, no. Frickin' Russian Colossus. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I had to get the Russian part out. Because I'm like, I know he's a giant Russian metal guy. And he's cool, and he's funny in Deadpool, and he's also just really cool looking. But these reuse the same arms and I think the same gauntlets as well, but has a double jointed pinned elbow. I mean, it's pretty good. Because it's still good range. I just don't like that that's there, because I'm just like, this is a thing, but I'm kind of like, okay, it's a robot, I get it. It's a robot dude that they want to keep it very simplified. And they also want to save, I guess, some money from parts, because most of this is, like, entirely new. And I think that this is even, like, an overlay, because you can kind of see, like, a seam line here at the top of the neck to give him, I think, a bit more beefier thing. So this might be just a whole, like, a retooled thing. Well, maybe. It might just be brand new. They just put in like an insert for the neck, so whenever they want to change it. Man, that rain is coming down. Logan. asks, do you have any more Miles Morales figures? In the front, and if I can see it. I do have a few more Miles besides this one. This one is probably my favorite. I guess I might as well grab him anyways. My favorite Miles, one of my favorite Spider-Verse figures, and probably like the actual, like the best Miles Morales kind of like interpretation of him. Anyways, he's really cool. But then, yeah, I do have a few other Miles, specifically to Starry Dev's head. Oh my god, that rain. It is pouring, bro. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It is honestly like distracting how much rain there is going on. Here, hold on. Give me a sec. That's a lot of rain. That's a lot of water, brother. Oh my god. You're gonna have like a flood or something. It's gonna be a damn flood, bro. Alright. And then, yeah. But then we do have another Miles. I have the Marvel Legends Ultimate Miles Morales from the, what was this? It was the, was it the Green Goblin wave? Or the Hobgoblin? Whatever one it was. I can't remember. Or the Rhino? No, not Rhino. Who is it? Who do you belong to? I can't remember. I can't remember what Miles... Oh, the Space Venom wave. Yeah, because I never completed that Build-A-Figure, because I could never find this in box with its own thing. So I just got them loose from one of my buddies on Instagram. Was it Eric? Was it Eric? Who was it? It might have been, bro, what's his name? King Kerula? I think that's him. I'll have to look him up again. I see his shit all the time, and he's a great artist. But he sold me this figure, and it's a thing. Or it might have been K. It might have been K Doogie. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to go back into the archives of Instagram, because that's where this guy debuted, of course. On the gram. And then I also do have another Miles. One of my favorites as well. When it comes to like figures and actual looks and how it actually also interprets this design and this look for Miles. Have the Gamerverse version here. Looking pretty cool. Look how freaking big this figure is. Might as well just say, oh, what the hell? I mean, this isn't like totally average unless this... Oh my... This dude's like 8 inches. What the hell? I didn't realize how big this guy was. He looks smaller than Colossus? No, he looks about the same. What am I talking about? Okay, whatever. Yeah, but Miles with the old lightning effect, with the venom. I keep just saying lightning because that's basically what they gave him. It's not really a sting. It just looks like he's just another. Yeah, he's just another black, like a superhero. Yeah, that has a lightning powers. Like they gotta always put lightning with these guys. They can't do anything else. I mean, but he's Spider-Man, and he looks badass, bro. All right. Back to Death's Head, who looks immaculate still. Looks amazing. I guess I'll first I'll try him with his shield there, as you can see, but I mean, it's not really going to be protected much. Might do a little bit of something, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, and then I haven't even done the rest of articulation. Okay, yeah. So with this weapon holding hand, you can go up and down. It has an up and down hinge, and then for rotation, there have a little bit of paint there. That's kind of annoying, but that's fine. For rotation there, and then it's side to side for this open hand, and then the fister also side to side as well. And then at the torso, ab crunch goes forward about that far, not too bad. Goes back about that far. That's actually pretty good, especially for a bigger figure, and if he can support himself, kind of use that cape a bit. Pretty good. Can go. Oh yeah, he's good there. It does have a waist swivel. I don't think there's a ball there. I think it's just a straight up waist, even though it does feel a little sensitive, so I'm kind of scared to move that too much. Oh, it might actually be a ball. Spider Pig? I think he's like down over there, right? But I do have a comic one. That one's a little knocked over, I'll be honest. If you're talking about the movie one. I can get out the comic one easily. He's right over there. But yeah, but there he... Okay. And then at the legs, you do have kick forward about that far, kick back that far, and then going out. Not that far, not too bad. Does have the upper thigh cut. Your pinless double jointed knees. Oh, look at that. Ain't that sick? Then you have your boot swivel. Foot hinge. That far. That far. Your ankle rocker. Pivot. Pivot. Luke, do you see anything? Okay, you still want to see Spider Pig. Here, I'll get out the comic one, because it's just so easy to grab. Miles, no. Oh. Spider-Man down. Literally the comic Miles that I just put back. Oh, man. All right. Miles. Just do your thing, bro. Be chill. Be chill. All right. There's our Spider-Ham. He's fine. He works for now, but some point gotta get a new one. I'm surprised that they haven't done an updated one yet. I mean, like, there is like the Spider-Verse one. I don't even know if I even have that one out too, like specifically the Legends, but you know, you see that one there on the ground, but he's kind of compromised at the moment, and I don't want to knock everything over. So sorry, Luke, if you want to see that one specifically. Oh, alrighty. Yeah. So we'll finally get into his accessories fully. Of course, have the shield. I'm gonna have I guess hold it like this. Hold on. Try to get him to hold it straight on. And kind of get him into a pose. So just adding just the shield. Along with your base figure, kind of gives you Give you this kind of pose. Kind of like, come on, let's get this over with. But Luke says, if you're a fan of Deadpool and Wolverine, I definitely recommend getting the the Fig Arts Deadpool and Wolverine figures. They're a W. Okay. Yeah, I've been like thinking of like when I'll probably get any of those. I'm not really sure. Because I know like the Figure Arts and Mayfex have made some of theirs. I know that Mayfex have announced that they're doing the brown suit. I don't know if Figure Arts are doing that, so that kind of tempts me more. But yeah, but the Figure Arts don't look too bad. Because I remember those looking pretty good. Yeah, when I saw those, I did like that initial kind of look for them, so not too bad. And then yeah, but kind of like price point and kind of style wise, kind of leaning towards the Marvel Legends, specifically like the new wave stuff. I'm kind of like, maybe I might get a few of these figures finally, because I don't have any other, I don't think Deadpool and Wolverine figures. Maybe a Deadpool. No, I got the original one from the first movies. I did get the two the Logans that they redid. Well, did they do two? Well, they redid the short one where it has like the updated heads and he's screaming. I don't really remember. Yeah, I think that's it, because I don't really have any of the other first wave ones, because I don't have the Deadpool, I don't have the Wolverine, and I don't have any of the other characters, I think. Yeah, because Blade I don't have on pre-order for sure. X-23, I think her pre-order kind of sold out pretty quickly, but I can't remember. But if anything, like for me, it's probably Legends, because I don't know. It's just what I prefer, I guess. We're going to switch out this hand. But but the Figure Arts and all the other import stuff, they do look pretty good. We're going to give them just a straight up spike. That seems just like the obvious thing to do. Trying to get this on without stabbing my hand. There we go. There you go. Look at that. Honestly, that looks pretty great. Here, let me get this camera moved. And more easily full body. Can this camera center my hands correctly? Look at this dude. This dude looks so cool. Why is this? Can this thing pick a side and stick with it? Man. Stop. Stop doing it. All right. There he is. In all his glory. This camera. I swear to God. But he looks really cool. He's pretty neat. Zoom out maybe a little bit. Might help. Maybe. I was hoping, but don't look like it. But it looks pretty cool. Pretty neat. Oh yeah, also wanted to put it on like a red hue for him. Oh, that's my red light right there. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Looks pretty sweet.
So then I'll probably do him with his main look here. What pose for Death Head is going to be in your display case? I'm thinking here. I'll try to do it. Is that how it goes? I guess so. So I'm going to put, because I might leave this one hand on. I'll probably just be good with having like this spike ball for right now. And then put the other two on the shield. Accessory on his back. And then I'll switch out his holding hand with just a fist. So this will probably be how he's displayed. Just simple, just like that. Looking great. I feel like this thing is doing it again. Just focus on it. That's all you gotta. There we go. It's a bit better. Maybe, I don't know. This is very weird. My lighting is always, with these two big lights now, it's kind of like, okay, what am I doing? Because I can just have that, but then that doesn't look as good. Maybe I just turn this down. See, there we go. That's kind of what I'm going for. But then it's like that, it's kind of not bright enough. So that kind of helps balance it all out a bit right there when I do that. But then now it's too much. So then it's just like, okay, well, there it is, I guess. But in any case, it looks great. It's a cool figure. I think it works very well. Very fun. Definitely worth it, I think. I think just based on just how it's executed and how it looks, I think they did a pretty great job with this. Even with the older arms, which I would probably preferred, like pinless double jointed arms. I guess, would they be double jointed? They look double jointed. From what I can see on the picture, that thing is pretty much on there. So, but he looks badass. He looks so cool. So definitely like probably a as perfect kind of recreation of this kind of ridiculous kind of character in such detail. Main thing is just the arms, but besides that, everything else is great. It has great articulation, a smooth figure. Kind of like overall, like I don't feel worried to like really break anything or mess up any plastic anytime soon with this. So it's very, very cool. Just looks badass. Would probably prefer having a different cape. I might do that at some point, like get like a wired one. That might be better, but even still, like this still works. It has enough movement and kind of like a dynamic, so you can get it kind of working a bit differently if you want, or I don't know. It still doesn't really do too much, but it doesn't really get in the way. Megan Park, 98.99. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for the like. 4 people like the video. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for your support. We're looking at Death's Head. Marvel character. His thing is a little... Maybe I'm just doing just straight up. Here, hold on, we'll do it more like the actual picture. Even if in the middle it's kind of a little awkward. Nothing I can do them. Like that, I guess. Luke says, I'm sorry, man. I have to go. My mom wants me to do chores. Oh, you're all good, Luke. Thank you for joining the live stream. Megan Park, it's been a while. It has been, Megan. Oh, welcome back. Hope you're doing well in these times. I got the Mario Galaxy movie toys. Nice. Are they like smaller or are they kind of like bigger figures? Is there like a little like a set or something, I assume? But yeah, cool figure. I think we could just go ahead and start our comparisons. Oh, with this guy. So, very nice. Also have the hands. Remove those for now. Yeah, but overall, a great figure. Really fun. Love the accessories and then the unique sculpting all around. It looks spectacular, but would prefer, you know, newer arms, because if you're going to do new legs, you might as well just do the arms by this point anyways. But yeah, still overall, yeah. Do you have, you can see it on my post, like on Instagram or on your channel, because I'll check it out there then. Yeah, I'll definitely be sure to check it out. All right, but we're going to get on with our comparisons real quick. First things first, gotta get this guy out of here. Sorry, kitty. Oh, hold on. Kitty Pride is stopping you from going. There we go. I know y'all are married, but you can't be at the hip all the time. Well, do we want to do this first? Well, no. We're going to do... Okay, we're going to do... What do I want to do? Hold on. Okay, so first we got to get the obvious one out of the way. Like YouTube. Okay. Okay, Megan. Yeah, so you can do it. Okay. Yes, you so you made a post on YouTube. Okay, so I'll be sure to check it out then. Okay, but first things first. We're going to get this guy next to the first Marvel Legends dev's head. I believe the only other one before this was also from Hasbro. The Dev's Head 2 figure, a future version of him. And he's all kind of fucked up and weird. Has these gold kind of like plating skin, kind of metal, melty looking stuff. Has the spikes on the head that are more extended out. Has these giant hair everywhere. Has this weird giant kind of like cannon, kind of robot arm. Has just a finger that's supposed to be, I guess, kind of like provoking, or it's supposed to be like pointing. Like it's kind of like, you shall die. What? I don't know. I had it the more kind of like the, kind of like the, come on and try me. I dare you. And then has these things. So, and this one was back from, what was it? 2017. So it's nearly been 10 years. It was, 7 years later, they finally did a Death's Head 1. But honestly, if there was any other time to do this, I think it was now, based on what they can do with their figures. Even more so, like, compared to this. And this one does use the same kind of arms there, with the bicep and the elbow. Set up there, but this has the different forearms that go with this guy, of course, but same biceps and same kind of concept. So still a lot taken. And then also the shoulders as well are definitely the same. So a lot taken from Colossus still. But they just look great together. I probably want to see an updated this at some point, because that would be cool. Maybe a little bigger, beefier, more detailed. That would be nice. Because he was kind of huge, wasn't he? He was kind of like this size, but more proportionate, because this Death Head 1 is definitely, I think, taller. Maybe about, no, I think he's definitely taller. Well, they might be a little even. I don't know. Just based on how they're posed. I can't guarantee, but, an alright figure. Good for the time. Super weird. No one really asked for it, but it's cool to have. A pretty unique figure. It just, it's just fun. And then I did a little bit of research. So I went on to like the Marvel, like the wiki on them, because I don't have like a handbook or anything on me, and kind of looked up some of his foes and heroes he's battled with, and besides like, like the big main Marvel teams and icons that we're gonna see in a minute here, I did want to kind of like get what I think like that his level of stuff was to kind of like mess with. So first, the name that kind of like stuck out to me a bit was Darkhawk, which is crazy to see. Yeah, like to know that these two had an encounter, and then also had encounter with Nova as well. Still kind of like a more modern version, but they did battle at the time. I forget if this was like the exact look for Dev's head during this time, but I think it was. I think that they just had him back again, and he was beating up older Nova and young Nova from the New Avengers thing. His legs are kind of bowed, to be honest. Kind of bothering me. There we go. He looks a lot more better there, but a couple of adversaries, a couple of hits, because he's, well, definitely not a bounty hunter, but he's kind of like a, I guess, kind of peacekeeper. And then another one that he shared a cover with as well is Captain Britain. I think it is more specifically this one too, even though this is a older figure. But I kind of prefer the classic one, but I don't have that one yet from the what is it? The 3-pack. Him. I think Kitty Pryde and Medusa, part of the Excalibur. Is that what they are? That team? I think that's what they are. I can't remember. And then here's also a doctor lady. I forget what her name is in the whole X-Men thing. But Yeah, but she kind of looks like the doctor, I think, that kind of created Dev's head, like helped create him. It was like a female doctor, and she kind of had the same kind of fit. So it's just what I thought about lore-wise. I'm like, she's involved. That's a lady. She looks important. I think she's important. So yeah, I think is the creator or one of, like, involved in a creation or version of him. All right, but then moving on, going first specifically to Avengers here. Well, do I want to do... Can I just do... Well, I can just skip right to... Oh, because I can do that, I can do that, and I can do this. Do I want to do that? I kind of want to end with that thing. Hold on, I'm trying to decide what I want to look at first. Because I want to look at this. But then I would have to do that, which would end there, and then that. Go here, or do this, 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 ugh, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do foom, 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 and then call it good. I don't know. Okay. We'll do my main Avengers first. They're a bit more classic, but still has their looks. And then one is a little bit more modern, but it's the only version that I have. But she's on the list of characters who have been with this dude. Yeah, that they've made, like, actual main figures of, it feels like. First, you got my Iron Man. I think this was also from the 2099 line as well of comics, but this is the 20th anniversary one, kind of a more, also like another, like a throwback. Kind of figure. Kind of wish he could just look 100% straight all the time. It's kind of a battle to get him, but there he is. There is Thor. Technically, actually, this is Ragnarok, but he's my only classic Thor in my collection. I have to replace those eyes at some point, do something with them. I have to, or get a new head sculpt, because that's just the wrong kind of look. I want to have a different look for it, personally. But in any case, classic Avengers. Classic figures. Pretty sick. Gonna have to do something with that Thor. Though, that's like... I'm like, oh yeah, I do need to do something about that, I guess. Because they also have that Ultimate one. But that one's more modern, so I'm kind of like iffy on it. But maybe if I see it, I might pick it up, because it looks great. And then next one, another, I think only like a single encounter between these two characters, but you know, this is kind of like one of like your main Spider-Man. So have Spider-Man here. I'm specifically using the Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy version. It has the red on the back, not the blue. Might want to get that other one at some point, but this one's still pretty great. And it's just, you know, it's a great Spider-Man, and it's kind of a good stand-in compared to like your classic, but I want to show him off sometimes because I love that Spider-Man. And then you have She-Hulk. I think her appearance with him were a little bit more modern, But I don't really have a fully classic She-Hulk. I only got the other Fantastic Four one, but that one's still in the box on the wall behind me. And looks great. But I got the more modern, kind of like this grayish, or kind of like pale green She-Hulk, more modern for sure, but definitely have to pick up a more classic one at some point. Hopefully they can make like a fully classic one would be nice, because they've done they've done this Fantastic Four, and then they did the Iron Man Wave 1, which she looked like she was like just wearing like workout gear essentially, and she did have like dumbbells and stuff. So does this one, right? Yeah, it does. So yeah, it's just badass. It's just really cool, really nice. But the She-Hulk is still good. But yeah, but I think they also did the red She-Hulk too, because they put that out. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's very nice. Need to get those at some point, but I gotta have space and actual care for those characters, which I don't at the moment, but we'll see. Because I'm kind of into all the classic stuff at the moment. I'm kind of like, whoa, more modern. I'll wait. I'll wait a bit. But this one we're going to have to make a little bit of room for. Have the Marvel Legends Hulk also from the 20th anniversary. A line there. One of my favorite Hulks. I love the paint and all the detail on it. And the sculpt of the head. It's one of my favorites. He does kind of have like that no neck syndrome. Like his head is kind of a little big in my opinion, but even still, I think it looks great. That's just a classic Hulk. Looks so good. It looks so cool. And this one I don't have like the torn shirt on. I have that on the first appearance version, because that's what I kind of imagined him more of. Oh yeah. And then this one's still kind of classic because it has the no shirt kind of later on with the Avengers era. Bruh. Yeah, this Hulk is still pretty good. The next. Oh, sorry, Megan. Yeah, your things were all not going through for some reason. I'm excited for Avengers Doomsday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot that was coming out. I kind of can't wait for that either. Like, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with that. Yeah, can I see your new Sonic toys? Asked Megan. I don't really have anything new. I can show you a Sonic, I guess. But it's still just like the movie ones. I got like this guy still. This hedgehog. Then it's been a while. Do you remember me? I do remember Megan. I do remember you. So are you going to go to GameStop at 11 p.m.? I am not going to go to GameStop at 11 p.m. That is a terrible time. Especially with the rain, bro. But there's a Sonic from the movie hanging out there. Kind of the easiest one for me to grab at the time. Just a little bonus comparison there. For fun. Just for you, Megan. Then have the Have the X-Men 97, Cyclops, and Wolverine. Kind of my favorite versions like that Legends has done of these characters. Yeah, because these guys did have an encounter with Dev's head, and Wolverine was going freaking berserk on this dude. He was pissed. He was like, I don't care. I'm going straight for him. And Cyclops was like, all right, let's go, guys. Wolvie's at it again. Because he probably got like a hit on him or something, I think. Oh, wait, no. I think he had a hit on Cyclops. And then like the whole X-Men team was there. So there's Cyclops and Wolverine. And then there's our CT Toys Gambit. Oh. The Marvel Legends Rogue. She's gone rogue. There they are. Looking pretty neat. Looking pretty sweet. Worked pretty well. Not even more. I feel more centered. A bit, I guess. But they look pretty good. Not too shabby. Then, last ones. Get Jubilee over here real quick. Pretty basic. Not too shabby. But then you got Beast over here. And I got him specifically without the shirt on for this no lab coat. Because the X-Men were like out and about. They were battling this guy. So Beast was not wearing his thing. But he did have like a little vial he brought with him, I saw in the comic panel. So I just kept him with the X-Gene thing going on there. But he looks great. We'll love to see a pinless version of this now. Of this Beast. It would be insanely. It would insanely go hard, bruh. But yeah. Pretty cool. Love this Beast figure. It's so good, bro. They were cooking with that. One of my favorite things I think that Marvel Legends has done in a while is the Beast. It's just so good. It gets me right there in that nostalgia. It's just so. Well, look at you, bro. I had a toy of you as a kid, and you were great. And now I have you, the big, awesome version. All right. Then finally, our last comparisons. Are we just going to do... Okay, we're going to do our Reed Richards from the Retro Fantastic Four Wave. I forgot had very heavy D10s, I guess. Old kind of figure for these days now, I would say, but there he is. He's like the best one we kind of got right now. But no, not staying until 11 p.m. to do GameStop, thankfully. Then, of course, can't do them without the rest of the family because they all had an encounter. Dad's head. At least the three guys. I don't know about Sue for sure. But if you have them all, well, if you got them all, why not show them all? So there's Sue, and she looks great there too, even with the invisible shield, especially. And then we'll have the Human Torch. Johnny Blaze makes sense with our red light back here that this would actually work pretty great for Johnny. He actually looks fantastic in that lighting. And then, of course, the Thing, Ben Grimm. Look at that group, and then look at him. Because it just kind of dull him out, but look at that lighting. That's so good. That looks great. That's an amazing little setup. I love these Fantastic Four. I can't wait for us to get upgrades of all of them at some point. Especially Reed, he kind of needs it the most. Thing is pretty good. I guess just pinless and then, a better kind of paint scheme with this and maybe a better head sculpt. But, yeah. And then with Human Torch, pinless, all that. Give me a more better body. And you can probably do a more classic one, I think, at some point. Way more closer to the original. That would be cool. Or just like a little bit more, kind of like to that more, I guess, kind of iconic, kind of orangey cartoon looking design maybe. But this is like the closest we got right now. And it looks great still. And then, of course, Sue Storm. Please, we need ourselves a better Sue Storm. It's a need. It's not a want, it's a need. Well, not a want only. It's a need. Sue Storm deserves a way better figure because these old female figures aren't the greatest, but they're okay for the time, but they could be better. And then, of course, I have her head sculpt changed because I just do not like an original head sculpt on this. And then, of course, this is from the Walgreens specific one, but it just works. It's just a basic suit. I'm not gonna think too much of the actual full-on era specific kind of piece and hair, but at some point I know that Hasbro can do better now, and especially with Reed Richards, because his face is definitely kind of old for the time, but all that jazz. But yeah, that is, I think, it for all of our comparisons and for everything that we're talking about in this stream. So thank y'all for joining me. What's our time? An hour, 53 minutes? We might as well up. Did I even show Colossus? I don't think I did. I'm gonna do that right now because, oh wait, did I show him? I don't know if I did. I can't remember, but there he is. We're just gonna do this anyways because I don't want to be dumb. I'd rather do this twice instead of just doing it once and not showing it off. But I'm pretty sure I didn't even show this off. But yeah, I keep getting distracted. But you can see, same exact kind of arms there. This one just has the overlay of the new bracer there, but all the sculpt and everything is exactly the same there. And I think the body overlay is also different because that's all the same sculpt on the side of the body. And so probably the same everything there from the upper kind of a leg there down, besides being not pinless and then being pinless. So yeah, so mainly just this Colossus figure, but with new pieces. But Still look great. And then, yeah, about the same size, but they look great. It still looks awesome. Yeah, and I think this kind of actually works better for Dev's Head having these giant gauntlets, because this is actually from the more I think modern Colossus. These arms, I should have gotten him out. I don't even know where he is. He might be downstairs in the basement in storage. But I'll look through at some point again and maybe show that off. But in any case, just looks badass. Looks so good. I think we're gonna do our thing. Get our setup going. Maybe even, because these are some big guys, so. And I come back out of it. Okay. That feels more centered. We're gonna get Hulk all the way back there. He's our biggest guy. Give him a prominent spot there. Probably preferring if I get, hold on. Think we're definitely gonna get Cyclops and Wolverine. Gotta always have these two like that. There we go. Probably want to get, I'm gonna get Ben. Well, Ben can come later. Here, I'm gonna get these two. It's a lot of guys, I know. I can get, I'll get Rogue in here because she did have, yeah, because she did actually, I think, fight Dev's Head as well, so of course she belongs in there. All the rest were kind of like just there, so I'm not worry about them too much, but not too shabby. Then on this side, I might just go with the Fantastic Four just for, I don't know. It's very specific. And it's definitely hard to really propagate when you have very limited choices when it comes to this kind of universe, because he encounters a lot of weird different heroes, but he does see a lot of the mainline guys. But it would be nice to see more of like this weird era of different kind of like characters that he's always kind of with all the time. I mean, this is actually kind of easy. This ain't too bad to make work out. I can't get it. Look at that. Look at that display. Hulk back there. We can get Thing back over here, maybe. Oh, he might be too small, so we might have to get Hulk back there. Then you get Thing. Back here to kind of represent the Fantastic Four, unless I can go a little bit higher. Show off a bit more, maybe. That's a bit better. Rogue kind of loses her spotlight, though. Have to... Okay, I do want this a little bit more up, though. Not too up, but enough for me to make it make sense. There we go. I'll just get the rest in there as best I can, even if they're not going to be on camera. Put Gamma back here, and now we can see him. Jubilee back here, can't see her, but that's fine. She's only just our last one who kind of I have, because I don't got Psylocke. Then I'll get Darkhawk. If I can in here. There he is. Get way back there. I'll just slip a Nova over there. Barely even visible, but that's the point. I got Captain Britain and the Doctor Lady. Captain sit there, and then Doc. There's a lady there. Barely even see her. Got Human Torch. Sadly, can't really see, but looks pretty sick. And then we'll get Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, the Fantastic Four. And there they are. You can't see them, but they are there. Yeah, I think that'll do us in for the night. So thank y'all for joining me on this live stream. I guess if y'all here on live have any questions or want to see anything before we sign off on here, thank y'all for joining me and supporting me. Thank you for the 4 people who liked here on the live stream. Top fans, here is Luke Nicholson, who have 75 XP, Megan Park, number 2 with 75 XP, and Gabe at number 3 at 75 XP. So thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for joining me. Definitely recommend this figure. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's a really fun, cool looking dude. It's just awesome. It's just badass as hell. Fun time. Fun figure. Oh, look at these cool ass figures. So yeah, be sure to check out the Instagram, Justin the Zilla. Hopefully I'll have a new picture up there soon. I should be doing some reels, but I've been sleeping on them. I've been just not able to do it. I don't have time right now, but I'll get some done at some point. At least one. That's always my goal. I'm like, at least one. You gotta make one at some point. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it, I guess, at some point. But just living life, staying busy. Oh yeah, be sure, like this video, comment what you want to see on the channel or what you want to see here on live streams, videos, shorts, streams, whatever. Let me know what y'all want to see. And also subscribe. It helps out. We're at 320 something subscribers. Hopefully I think it's just 320 right now, but hopefully more. So thank y'all for joining me. Yeah. I will see y'all next week with a little clowning around time. So that'll be fun. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Be good. Be cool. Do good. Goodbye.